my dear Geminis. Welcome to your May 2023 reading. Happy birthday to my May Gemini friends. I have two June born Geminis, for those of you that don't know that about me. Most of you probably do, though, but yeah, I have two June Geminis. I can't believe it. They're going to be 22 and 20, which blows my mind. But yeah, they're pretty amazing men. My boys are pretty amazing men. So um, it's funny because they are the reason why I know things are going to change. Just knowing those two men in my life, that's how I know that things are going to change because they will make it so. Like their generation is a little obnoxious right now because they're like my oldest is 22 and my middle son is 20, and they're, part of that Pluto and Sagittarius Gen Z generation. So they're in that stage, but of thinking, that generation right now is in the stage of thinking that they know it all, right? Like I'm an adult now. Like let me live my life, let me have my life, right? So but it's really fun to watch. Like, I didn't realize I was going to get into the conversation with you guys about this, but it's really fun to watch your children grow up and allowing them the space to like be who they really are is just fascinating to watch. And yeah, so you guys are going through this month is that month of introspection for you guys. Most of the energy is going to be in your 12th house for Gemini risings. Um because it's the end of Taurus season and we're coming up on your season. So this is that time of introspection, internal growth, getting in touch with your spiritual side. And if you're one of those kind of people that don't like being alone, I used to be one of those people. I hated being isolated. I had to be around people all the time especially when I was little. I was just this like really bouncy girl. I just had to be around people all the time. I just had to be around my friends all the time. But yeah, if you're kind of one of those people that you don't like to be isolated, you may find that this time of year, every year, is a little bit more difficult for you than any other time of year because the energy is transiting your 12th house. So, for those of you who are Gemini risings who have Taurus Sun, Taurus Mercury, you are in familiar territory, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be any less daunting. I do this reading for a client of mine. I do the full astrology. And when I was doing the full astrology of May for her, this is a month, and I think generally across the board, this is a month of making sure that you're being intentional in everything that you're doing and like not being wishy washy and, being decisive. You guys have Pluto retrograde happening in your ninth house. Pluto is going to be retrograde for 5 months. He will regress back into Capricorn during those 5 months and then will go direct in October and will end up back in Aquarius in January of 2024. But this is really a time of expansion and growth for you with Pluto in your ninth house and us kind of watching the first retrograde of Pluto in Aquarius and how that's going to feel and what it's going to look like. AI has become huge during this time. And that's definitely a Pluto and Aquarius thing, I think, in a really big way. I think that there's going to be more robotic things happening coming up in the future. So really very interesting time, especially when Uranus moves into Gemini while Pluto is in Aquarius. Robots are going to be ruling our lives at one point, I have a feeling. So all of this that you guys are learning about yourself really is, it's time to start learning also how to apply for your expansion and your growth with Pluto in Aquarius and then retrograde. May 5th, the Scorpio lunar eclipse is happening in your 6th house, and this really has you focusing on your everyday life and your career and your health. One of the things that I've learned the most about my 6th house personally, and any kind of 6th house transits, like I have Saturn in my 6th house right now, and my feet really need some help and assistance. But your health is very important when it comes to the 6th house. If you can't find a healthy work-life balance, you can easily find yourself sick. I know a couple of Geminis that need to learn a little bit about work-life balance. So they don't find themselves sick. If you're not showing up for yourself, this eclipse is really going to show you where you need to show up for yourself when it comes to taking better care of your human physical form. The 14th of May, we have Mercury direct in the 12th house. Secrets might be revealed. You might find out that people have been keeping things from you. If not that, or you're just like finding out interesting facts and information. The 16th, there's Jupiter in Taurus in the 12th house. So you're going to be expanding your inner spiritual knowing. Sometimes people go mad. Sometimes people go crazy mad with Jupiter in their 12th house because it is expanding your mental capacity. Like it's expanding your inner world, the place where all your shadows dwell. And you will find true abundance and joy in life the more you integrate your own shadows for yourself. And that looks like honesty. That looks like being like brutally honest with yourself and saying, oh, wow, I'm being a total and complete asshole, and there's absolutely no reason for me being a total and complete asshole, and these are the reasons why I shouldn't be, and now I need to redirect and like really able to look at those shadows and be honest about those shadows so that you're not going out into the world and like projecting all of your crap into people. So Jupiter's going to be helping to expand that knowledge, and a lot of times people don't want to get real with themselves. So Jupiter in the 12th house can be a very wonderful spiritual time to get in touch with who you are and your path and your journey and what you want. Or it can be a time for you to recognize those egoic ways and not do anything about it and just continue to walk through that unhealed, the woundings of your life and stuff. A lot of times people live in the past and can't get past that. And that's literally living within your wounds when you can't get past your past. We have a Taurus new moon also happening in your 12th house on the 19th. And I feel like that's going to bring some unexpected part of your journey awakening that's going to be happening this year. And then we have the Jupiter, Pluto, Mars T-square on the 20th. People are really, for the second half of May, are really going to be pushing ahead, like really wanting to get ahead in life. And, this is an opportunity where we can really come together and help each other and be there for the humanity of it all, or we can be very self-serving and we can step on other people to get ahead in life. And you can see clearly who those people are. And, what's really funny is some of the greatest humans that I know that walk this earth with the biggest hearts and will give and give and give and give and give and can be very self-sacrificing, have gone through the hardest stuff this year already. And I feel like this has to be that change. And so the veil is very thin right now, and we can very clearly see the parts of people that aren't necessarily good, inherently good, right? And we can see the parts of people that are inherently good. And so I think that's kind of a big part of what May is going to be offering us, is we're going to be seeing who's in it for themselves and who's in it for humanity's sake. And then we have, sorry, my voice just cracked like a 13-year-old boy. Then we have your season on the 21st. And just everything, right, for you guys coming to you. And Gemini season is going to be very interesting this year. I think the rest of the year, like you have to expect the unexpected during this time in existence. Yeah, just very, very weird stuff. I'm super dehydrated right now, so you'll have to forgive me while I suck down my water. Okay, we're going to be getting a Power of Surrender card to see what it is that Gemini is surrendering for May. Nothing else. Okay. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Very interesting. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Absolutely. Surrender the habit of people pleasing for Gemini. Very important. I feel like that's a really important message for you guys. I was a yes person. I didn't say no a lot. And then when I did start saying no, people treated me differently. People treated me, like I was being selfish. And I had to say no. There was a point in my life that, you get to a point in your life where you have to start saying no. Otherwise, you're literally killing yourself for the benefit of others that don't care. Gemini, they just don't care, right? So, okay. Wow, you have a lot of cards for your reading. Okay. I feel like ultimately, Gemini, you want stability in May. And I feel like because the stability that you're desiring feels like it's still so far away from you, that's why I want to beg of you to find that within yourself. And I know that sounds a little weird, but finding stability within yourself means you're showing up for yourself. If your body is telling you that you're resting or that you're really tired, then that means that you are resting instead of like pushing yourself to be more, do more, whatever. 2 of Cups, 6 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. You have a good thing going for you. It brings ease into your life. There is somebody that you have connected with or you will be connecting with that like literally just, kind of took you on this trip of from chaos into calm. I just got goosebumps all over. So the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Swords really makes me feel like either you are traveling to this person or this person has just brought some ease into your life. You've got to be patient with whatever this is that's happening with you guys. You have to be patient with it. And I feel like the time, it's because things have to go slowly, right? Like the Knight of Pentacles does not move quickly. So things have to go slowly. And I think because the reason why things have to go slowly, you second guess it, right? That 5 of Swords is very much second guessing ourselves. But this feels like a very stable relationship. You might be at a distance. That 6 of Swords makes me feel like And the Three of Wands down here too makes me feel like you're at a distance, but you know, like the High Priestess, you know, the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups, like this, you feel stable, you know, you feel very, and this is what the Knight of Pentacles is moving towards, right? The physical, if you're apart from each other, if you're at a distance from each other, then this is what it's, you know, but also build that friendship too. Like if you're comfortable with a person, that's awesome and that's wonderful. And you can also have that like intimate connection, romantic connection with them too, but build that friendship and really build that stability. And that's what's happening. And that's why it's taking time. You don't want to rush the real thing, Gemini. Trust me when I tell you that, because like my partner and I, we were apart from each other at a distance for about 9 months before we actually got to see, because we met on Twitter, like through DMs on Twitter. So, but like it took, you know, I mean, like during that time, we built this foundation with each other and we really got to know each other, and we didn't have the mask on or anything like that. So I feel like that's what's happening here is you're building a foundation. And because it's taking so long, you keep second guessing it. And that is your ego trying to protect you. And that's 100% normal to happen. Period. When your ego rears up, it's trying to protect you from the things that have hurt you in the past. You know, you built up this protection, right? So, the Three of Wands state of mind can be daunting. But while you're in this Three of Wands state of mind, you also know without a shadow of a doubt, with that High Priestess energy, like you intuitively already know that it's coming. It's just, it feels like it's driving you insane, driving you crazy. So let's clarify some things. Let's see what this Two of Cups. I'm like, one card, please. Well, they wanted to give me two. Okay. Okay, so let's talk the first row first. So we have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles on the Two of Cups. So there's something that you have to tell an earth sign. This could be that person for you. This could be that, the person you're in the earth sign could be the person you're in a relationship with, but I feel like a conversation needs to be had. That Page of Swords is like honesty, like you need to be honest with yourself about things, Gemini. On the Six of Swords, we got the Tower. So I feel like when they came into your life, or when they're coming into your life, or when they come into your life, if it hasn't happened yet, I do feel like it's sort of a shock to you. You know, what's funny is the Tower can be a negative situation, but it can also be a positive situation. Sometimes it's a negative situation at first that turns into a positive. Most of the time it is. Because the Tower is just redirection. But I do feel like even though this person brings you calm and ease, it literally changed the course of your life. Because we also have the Death card. Man, there's the Death card on the Page of Pentacles. I know, it feels like you're dying a slow death because it's taking so long. And for some of you, it could be that it feels like it's taking so long for a person like this to come into your life. And that feeling may just be the feeling that your intuition knows that someone's coming into your life. Like this whole reading literally is about a person that changes Gemini's life. And it could be somebody from the past too. But the slowness of the journey thus far, the reason why it's taking so long is because it's a death and rebirth cycle. Like it's evolving both of you. You both have to be in the same aligned energy before you meet, right? So it's the path, the journey, which is the Knight of Pentacles. The journey is the evolution process. The destination is not the evolution process. The journey part is. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune on the Five of Swords. So when you second guess yourself, Gemini, it's very easy to sabotage the road, the path, the journey. It's easy to sabotage all the really great work that you've done for yourself when you second guess yourself. So when you're second guessing yourself, I want you to remember also that everything is temporary. And no matter how long it takes, you will get to the place that you're meant to be in. And then you'll have another destination after that. And then another destination after that. And it's never ending. Because being a human is a forever growth process. We're constantly learning new things. Always expanding. Always changing. Let's clarify the bottom row. The Four of Wands. Six of Cups, Three of Wands, and the High Priestess. Oh, yeah. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. So for some of you, you might be moving, or this is just simply a month where you're aligning to your path. You're aligning to the growth of your path. Okay, Seven of Cups on the Four of Wands. Everybody's readings have been really intense. Like, very in-depth. So, the Seven of Cups and the Four of Wands, you know, there's so many different opportunities that it can get very, very confusing. So, not centering on the way that you want it to look, but centering on the way that you want the future to feel can really help you be in the present moment. Because you want to build your future from where you are right now. You don't want to build your future based on the past. If I was building my future not based on the past, and I was constantly thinking about how things would be harming me, then I wouldn't have said yes to moving into an apartment, which we're actually moving into an apartment during your season. Yay, yay, yay. By the way, I have my 6-month readings available just for you guys if you would like to, not just for you guys, but for everybody. I made them available early so that you guys could be a part of my furniture buying. We need to buy like all of the essentials for the place. So the 6-month readings, July through December, are available now. So if you want to get in, now's the time to do that. Okay, so things can get very confusing, but finding that stability within yourself. Also, there's this balance that's happening with this person. And I feel like the more that you allow yourself to keep walking away from situations that are no longer serving you, you're going to be able to find this balance. We have Justice on the Six of Cups. It could be a Libra energy also. But the Eight of Cups on the Three of Wands, see, here's the thing, is you're waiting for the universe to show up for you, or you're waiting for something to show up for you, or a person to show up for you, and you still have some walking away from things that you got to get done. Some of those things may not even be in a physical state. It may be like an emotional or mental kind of state of mind. And then we have the Hanged Man. Woo! We have the Hanged Man with the High Priestess. So this is about a patience thing. Because intuitively, you know the truth. You know the truth, Gemini. You know the truth about this person. You know the truth about the time frame. You know the truth about, you know that things will happen in due time in the way that they're supposed to. It's just that eagerness, right? It's that ego part. And, that's sort of what it is that you're having to focus on, like really just letting things happen in the time frame that you would like for them to in the time frame, not in the time frame where you would like for them to happen, but in the time frame that the universe wants them to happen. The Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot are both all about divine timing. All about divine timing. So, and pay attention to that stuff that you're still holding on to. What are the things that you're still attached to that may be restricting you? Like you may think that you're waiting for the next move or the next sign for you to move forward, when in reality the universe is like, yeah, but we're waiting for you to show up for yourself in this way, this way, this way, this way, this way first. Right? Like this 8 of Cups on the 3 of Wands is really loud to me for you guys. Like, what is it that you're still attached to about this situation? What is it is it because you think it should go a certain way or look a certain way or feel a certain way? All right. I love you guys. All of my readings are open and available through May. And yeah, if you'd like to get a solar return reading also, that's available. I'm trying to think of the other ones, but I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a happy birthday to my May Geminis. Bye.